a massive shift might be unfolding in West Asia, given what's surfaced, both about what's happened on the ground and what's happening behind the scenes. Let's first tell you what a new report says. According to the report by NBC News, Iranian attacks have caused unprecedented damage to U.S. intelligence facilities and surveillance equipment across the region. The missile and drone strikes reportedly damaged buildings and intelligence gathering equipment used by the CIA and other U.S. spy agencies. Basically, according to the report, the scale of destruction waged on the U.S. intelligence agencies is greater than any damage previously sustained. In fact, the damage is expected to require billions of dollars to repair or replace. Will the U.S. also shift its footprint away from Iranian range is what's being asked. And can it do that? In fact, according to an Axios report now, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has told several allied foreign ministers that Washington does not expect to launch new strikes against Iran for the time being. So with that backdrop, let's just look at the kind of questions that have been doing the rounds. Are these developments also what led to this shift in strategy by the United States, shifting to economic warfare instead of military escalation? In fact, Washington is offering a potential trade-off. It seems sanctions, maritime pressure could be eased if Tehran agrees to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and halt the attacks by Iran-aligned groups, reportedly. The message was reportedly carried to Tehran by Pakistan's army chief during his visit to Iran. In fact, the United States is starting to return diplomatic staff to West Asia missions that were evacuated or downsized during the war. Staff are being sent back to posts including Israel, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, although some missions will operate below full strength. That's the other crucial aspect. Washington says the move reflects a fresh assessment that the immediate risk of escalation has fallen. The U.S. is also treading carefully around China. Remember, the Trump administration is targeting Iran's oil network, including entities linked to China, but so far has avoided a broader assault on major Chinese financial institutions. That caution comes as Trump prepares for that delicate relationship with Xi Jinping. And the way things stand, even as Trump confronts Iran, he is again praising his relationship with the North Korean leader. Trump has called for a substantial reduction in U.S.-South Korea military exercises earlier, remember, saying they send an inappropriate and hostile signal to Pyongyang. But the pressure on Trump has been mounting, with his approval ratings taking a hit, voters increasingly worried about the economic cost of the war, particularly the higher energy prices. With the midterms approaching, time is running out for Trump. So is the patience of the Americans, it seems. Meanwhile, Iran's Revolutionary Guards have said Iran and Oman have reached an agreement on their share of the Strait of Hormuz, and its revenues. But the vital waterway will not be reopened if America does not accept their conditions, reportedly. Remember, Iran and Oman have held on and off talks for weeks about controlling traffic through that waterway. Most shipping has since been shut down, driving global energy prices higher as Iran and America have tried to assert control over that waterway, imposing separate blockades. In fact, the IRGC accused the United States of seeking to obstruct the negotiations between Iran and Oman and said this had caused the agreement to be delayed. Though active hostilities between the U.S. and Iran have largely subsided in recent weeks, diplomatic efforts to reach that peace deal have in a way stalled, and continuing attacks on ships mean passage through the Strait of Hormuz has remained affected. China's humanoid robots are making major strides. They have been attracting a lot of attention at the World Humanoid Robot Games, from serving up table tennis showdown to running a marathon as well. They seem to be doing just about everything, while also entertaining masses at the same time. But even in the world of robots, some win, some lose. Our next report getting you the complete story.
Table tennis is a sport that operates on a millisecond scale. The first innovation is speed. We have to integrate all sensors and the robot's body capabilities to achieve millisecond level reaction times. The second capability is human-like motion. We collected a large amount of human data, and the robot has gone through rapid model iteration, significantly improving its overall motion performance.
There are 70 stalls at the bazaar involving 17 robot makers. People can interact with robots at over 20 stalls. By visiting the bazaar, they can feel up close that robots have entered our daily life. In addition, there are 5 immersive and VR exhibitions around the lake. We hope to enable leisurely consumption for participants and audience at the games.
But the reality is that behind the scenes of this robotics competition, we bring together a large number of robots and events, and they all share the same communication channels. So there can be a lot of interference, and during our preparations or the preparations of other teams, these are things that are difficult to predict.
Let's now get you some offbeat stories. Do you fancy a cookie with your tea or coffee? Many of us do, but what if you were told the next time you pick up a batch of cookies to savor, they could be made from plastic bottles to be precise. Researchers at Southern Illinois University are trying to make this a reality. What's their secret ingredient, you ask? Microbes. The team has created what it calls protein-rich cookies with core ingredients that began as discarded PET plastic. That's the same plastic commonly used in water and soda bottles, by the way. They also use agricultural waste, including leftover corn stalks and leaves. What's the process like, you ask? Researchers have basically engineered yeast to break plastic and agricultural waste into smaller carbon-based compounds. And these are then turned into edible proteins and flavoring molecules. The final mix is then combined with fiber, starch, sweetener, 3D printed into protein-rich cookies. They are called microbites. Simply put, even trash can become a treat with a little scientific spin. This technology was developed as a NASA-led project to develop food for deep space missions where every bit of waste and every source of nutrients matters. The process basically uses water and oxygen under extreme heat and pressure to break down tough plastic and plant waste into smaller compounds that microbes can then process. The purpose is quite simple: to put something snackable on your plate while upcycling waste at the same time. The bigger mission, perhaps, is to repurpose the carbon in plastic before it actually ends up in a landfill or in the ocean. And as plastic pollution mounts, food security comes under growing pressure as well. Scientists are asking one unusual question, but a very important one. Can fixing the waste problem also ease the issue of food shortage? While definitive answers are not known as of now, innovations like this one could help transform the future of food the way we know it. Perhaps it will not just be about growing more, but about also putting what we throw away to better use.